Good morning. Hey y'all, it's Gilliard coming at you live on Facebook. I am so excited. This new OWN show called Black Love, the Black Love documentary. And I just wanted to get on and talk a little bit about it and why I think it's so cool and what I'm getting out of it. This is very important to me. Now, a lot of people opine about Trump and white nationalists and Nazis and white supremacists and idiot people like that and make that huge. And that's cool. If that's what's important to you, you should keep on doing that, all right? But I bring that up because as it relates to us as a people, it's family. At our core, it's family. Black folk getting together with one another, loving one another, staying together. There is a disconnect between black women and black men today. And not to say that we're all lonely, but there is a spirit of aloneness. There is a spirit of aloneness. People who I think are resigned to stay alone because they don't see a way out. As it relates to what's going on in our society, the answer lies in our families, and then building our families, and then establishing our own tribes, because we're not all going to be on everything. It's not going to say that all black folk, we're not a monolith, okay? But we stay together, we impact others to stay together, we encourage and build our families, and from that, we really get true power. That's what the power is. And so I'm very passionate about that. I'm not talking about people who want to be single, because quite frankly, I used to want to be single. I get it. Believe me, I get it. I'm not talking about them though. I'm talking about the intact black family is really the answer to a lot of the ills, and our community by extension is the answer to a lot of the things that we're experiencing, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So I am very passionate about this. So let me get back to Black Love. What I'm getting out of it when I watch it is how much alike we are in terms of our experiences. One of the biggest things that we can do as an individual person is to latch on to whatever pain we have and then think we're by ourselves and that we're the only person this has happened to. Well, that's not true. Let me just say at the outset, I don't believe that every divorce is necessary. When you talk to other married folk who've been married a long time, you'll find out that they have overcome everything, including adultery, lack of money, homelessness. I was talking to a buddy of mine last night who's been married for about 30 years. There was a time when he lost everything. He lost his job, he lost his house, lost his car, lost everything. And now he's back on his feet doing well with the same wife. So, and I know couples that have gotten over, adultery and infidelity and everything and made it through. So when you talk to other people and people tell their stories, you really find out what the real deal is. Now, the other side of that is that we all operate within the realm of where we are at the time. So I'm not slamming people who get divorced. I've been there. But I'm learning as I mature how unnecessary. I can tell you, and I'm very happy in my current marriage. I'm blessed. But both of my divorces were unnecessary. Both were unnecessary. There are people who I know right now who are thriving and been through less stuff than I went through in both my previous marriages. So, but that's what happened. That's the best that we could do at the time, and that's what happened. So God is graceful toward me, and here I am. But two couples in particular, Corey Hardrick, he just said this in passing. Corey was talking about when he met his wife and how he didn't have any money and how he didn't know they were going to make it. And finally, he realized that he could not live without this woman. And he said, you know what? God's going to provide. That's exactly the same mindset that happened to me when I met LaTanya. LaTanya made herself, in my mind, somebody who I could not live without. I was prepared to be single. I was looking forward to it. After all the stuff, I was looking forward to it. I figured, why get married again? I've already been there, done that, got the t-shirt in the hat, got my kids are grown. Now I can play. I'm living in LA, all these beautiful women everywhere. I was ready to be single. And for my age, I looked pretty doggone good. I was 55 at the time. I'm 59 now. I had women couple that were in their 30s who were interested. Doesn't mean anything, but I'm saying to a guy, and something to do. That's all I needed. So anyway, that's what I was prepared to do. But LaTanya comes along and just connected to my heart and where I was. And she's a sweetheart. I could not leave her there for another dude. And I didn't have any money either. I didn't have the money to get married again. And she has a daughter. So the first thing that came across my mind was, I can't do this. I ain't got the money. I got the money to take care of myself. But you know what I'm saying? But something happens in the mind of a man and the heart of a man who connects with a woman who he can't live without. And so here I am today, 3 years in, and I couldn't be more happy that I made that move. I could have been single for a lot longer, trust me. So the second couple was Viola Davis's husband. So he's talking about, it was hilarious. He had been dating some girl who was crazy, right? And so when he met Viola, he was literally calling her all the time. He called her when he left. He called her 2-3 times within 24 hours and all that, right? It reminded me of many of my dating experiences where I was just being myself, right? But the women who I was with or who I was pursuing just weren't feeling me. There was one lady in particular. I went out with her a couple of times, and I really liked her. This was years ago. This is like before my second marriage, like 2000. And I called her a few times. And the girl accused me of stalking her. I said, no, I'm not stalking you. I'm interested and I think you're wonderful. I started giving all these compliments about how I couldn't stop thinking about her and how pretty she was. And the girl literally blew me off and accused me of stalking her. Like, what? Wow. I was, in my mind, doing what I knew to do to let her know that I was really into her. Second situation happened. One time I had gone out with a girl. This was, again, 2019. It was a long time ago. And this was actually someone who was introduced to me by a mutual friend. And took her out. It was around Valentine's Day, like maybe in January. And we were just friends, right? And I sent her a Valentine's Day card. It was not even it wasn't like I'm in love with you. It was like a friend, like you send to a friend. I sent that to her. She was totally turned off and accused me of going too quickly. I'm like, oh, it was just a recognition of Valentine's Day, and that's all I did. Anyway, here's the point of all of this rambling and what I'm pulling out of the Black Love series. Be yourself. Be yourself. And this is true for women and men, but I'm speaking to the men in particular. If you are pursuing a woman and she thinks you're stalking her because you're calling her too much, or you sent her a Valentine's Day card as a friendly, be yourself. Any sort of correction you need to make as a person that you want to make, you make it because you know God has shown you want to make that change and need to make that change, okay? But be yourself. And this is for the ladies too. How many times have you guys gone out with a dude and you're with him for 4 months, 3-4 months. And then after the 4th month, he says to you something like, you know what? You need to lose weight. You need to not wear that anymore. I don't like your hair. No, that's crazy. And then he uses those things as a reason to not go further. If you wore your hair differently, I'd marry you. Or yeah, if you did this, I would be closer. I would make you my girlfriend. No. The dude has been dating you and probably sleeping with you for 4 or 5 months, and now he's getting in your head about something he doesn't like about you. Bolt. Leave him. Unless it's something that you want to change. Be yourself. Be yourself. And be transparent. My first 2 marriages had a little bit of this associated with them. In both situations, those ladies were unhappy with things that were intrinsic to who I was. Now, were there things they didn't like about me that I did? That actions or things I've said? Yes, absolutely. I'm not trying to make it sound like I was perfect. but they were also very unhappy about things that was who I was. In my current marriage, I love LaTanya. I love her. But there are things about LaTanya that I don't like. There are things about LaTanya that I'm not as cool with as other things, right? But I am not trying to get her to change those things because I know that comes along with the package. And I know there are things about me that LaTanya wishes I would change or that she doesn't like. Believe me. Now that I can guarantee you. But she's not trying to change me. She may make a suggestion or we may have a comment about things so that we have communication. But she's not trying to change me. And I'm not trying to change her because I understand that the good things and the things I love about her come along with a package. And that's exactly what Black Love is doing. When you watch that show, you see couples that have come to accept each other as they are and are on a journey together, committed to stay together forever. Now, yes, divorce happens. I get it. I understand. But coming from someone who's been divorced twice and telling you that neither was necessary, but yet I'm happy today, I'm here to tell you that I'm glad this show is on because I want to see people more encouraged, even in friendships, that you have to accept people. And then, have the temerity and courage that if you have to walk away from somebody based upon something you can't live with, own that and say, you know what, you're a great person. I think you're a cool person, but I cannot live with that. And don't try to punk and trip and villainize and make people evil because you aren't happy with something that's intrinsic to them. Because that, in my opinion, is witchcraft. Be yourself. Don't let nobody try to trick you out into changing into what they think you should be. Don't let nobody trick you out into, being what they expect. Because I guarantee you, once you give them that, it'll be something else down the line that they'll tell you they need. Yeah. Good coffee. I'm not even a coffee drinker, but that's some doggone good coffee. All right, so I got to go. Y'all, take care. Love talking to you guys. I'm out. Barbara's in, and everybody's coming in now. Okay, got to go. Take care. Be blessed. Bye.